Welcome back, you filthy exiles. So, no doubt you would have seen me playing a sort of leveling up an RF build to get to Fireball to play Cast on Crit. Well, I put it together yesterday, managed to get it to level 92, and it ain't great, but it's not terrible. Where it lacks is in single targets. So, and its mana sustain is just horrible. Like, trying to, I guess, cast on crit fireball was just, it was a great idea on paper, but just did not play out. So basically what I ended up doing, like I fully spec the build, we used Crown of the Inward Eye with Determination Roll, which was like 2 div. Aegis Aurora, we managed to put Replica Paradoxic on it with a cast wooden trigger, or a trigger spell or whatnot, which gets Orb Storbs and Cold Snap, which on kill and on hit gives power charges and frenzy charges is a real efficient way around it. Drop 3 div on a Skin of the Lords to basically try and get this working so that I can max crit. I tried like repeating projectiles or returning projectiles. It just didn't work, so obviously I got a level 20 gem there. And Pierce, it just wasn't very good. And then where I got it to, like, it sort of works, but it doesn't work. Like, I've got some pretty decent gear on it. Boots are crafted, gloves are crafted, ring crafted, not great, but crafted. Replica Dragon's Flight as well, just for good measure, and a Magnate Belt. And then obviously things like Dying Sun and whatever. So survivability wise, it's actually really, really tanky. And because the Chieftain Ascendancy, like it hits these overcaps like a beast, max block, stun recoveries at 840% just because I've got Immutable Force. So immune to shock. So it's quite powerful, but the problem is like to get all the auras working, there's like a breakpoint somewhere in the build. So I had to give up having discipline, which drops my defense pretty significantly. And then on top of that, it just damage-wise wasn't there. So let's whack it into a map and I'll show you what I mean. And like this isn't even a juice T16. It does do like T16. If it were like a mapper, just a straight up mapper, really good build, but like, as you can see, like, T16 map-wise, not being juiced, it's not bad. But then when you hit these things here, this is where it starts to struggle. Or this here. As you can see, single target is just horrifically not great. And then you have the susceptibility to die like that too, because you don't have enough... you don't have enough sort of... ES pool to deal with that, but you need anger in the build to make the damage pop up. And like, I haven't thrown this in the POB, but I'll give you guys the POB in the description below. But like, as far as the concept goes, really cool concept. It's just, this Ascendancy is not great for cast on crit or spellcaster builds. So like, maybe if you had mirrors to throw into it, where you could push that damage up somehow, possibly that's another way around it. Like, the worst part is it's actually quite fun. Like, it's not a boring build. The other issue is, like, to level up needed RF, and if you're gonna play RF, you might as well just play RF instead of this. So there is other stuff like, I'm still leveling up the Anger Gem. Like, arguably if I put a better Anger Gem and a Watcher's Eye in it, it'll work. So as you can see, like, the Corpse Explode as well works really well. And so this is where the problem is, right here, no single target. Crazy thing is, like, if I kept pushing up defense, it'd do quite well. But yeah, I can't really see a purpose to this. And this is partly the problematic nature of Fireball as well. So, yeah, we're not gonna... And this isn't even a juice boss, so it's not overly great. We're not gonna continue doing that. Alright, so that's basically the look of the build. Like, is it a build? Not really, it just didn't work. And this happens commonly in League. Obviously, I didn't get my last Ascendancy. The other problem with this is that the last Ascendancy, like, there's nothing in here to actually allocate to this build that gives it either defense or offense, like a little bit of Nagamu's Flames Advance, sort of. But it just doesn't give you enough. What else? I'm just trying to think of anything else in this build. Yeah, like on paper, it sort of works. It's sort of invested into all my crit jewels and everything to get the crit up to max, and like I got it to you know, flashed up to like 70%, and then also pretty high on this front too. Once it gets power charged, it's like at 100%, and then it does brittle off the boots as well. So like it does pretty much 100% crit. But yeah, as you can see, just not a great build. It was a cool idea, worth trying. But yeah, let's scratch that off the list of builds that would be worth trying. Don't play this build; it's not good. Anyway, until next time, if you like this fail series, don't forget to like and sub to the channel. Don't forget to follow the Twitch. And I'll see you guys on stream when we start delving. I think I'm going to turn this into a Nebulok Bone Shatter build, which looks pretty cool and most likely works. But yeah, we'll see how I go. I got to brainstorm some ideas for this one. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, and have a good one.